There's a couple examples of types of 3D maps that are commonly shown and interesting. One is a panoramic view, and the other one would be a block diagram. With panoramic views, it's an oblique view of the terrain, so we're not looking at it from directly overhead like a traditional map, but we're also not looking at it from the side. We display terrain in 3D on it, and it often uses relief shading in order to enhance that view of the terrain. And these are very artistic renderings of either both the terrain and the land cover. One of the most famous of these artists who made such maps was Heinrich Baran, and this is a panoramic view of Jungfrau in Switzerland, and it's obviously designed so that this one particular view shows a lot of these different routes and villages and that sort of thing at the base of Jungfrau. And with these, it's important to pick a good view direction because you don't want the actual terrain blocking what you're trying to show. This can be modified, so it's included in GIS. This map or panoramic view was made by Tom Patterson with the National Park Service, and it's showing an area in Alaska where there's a lot of terrain going on, but it's not looking directly down on the terrain. It's looking at it from the side, and once again, the viewing direction is carefully chosen here so that we're able to see everything in this one view. This is another panoramic view, another famous hand-drawn artist who did hand drawings, Richard Attis Harrison, and this is showing a view of Europe from the east. So we're looking out across Europe in this direction here, and it's a unique view because we're seeing both the global perspective here, we can see the edge of the globe, and we're also seeing the mountains in 3D, and even some of the mountains are actually sticking up a little above the globe here. So obviously a lot of vertical exaggeration on the terrain, but an interesting sort of perspective view of what the world looks like. Block diagrams might also have somewhat of a perspective, but the most important thing about the block diagrams is they're trying to show what's going on underneath the surface of the earth. In this case, this is once again the Grand Canyon, where we're basically seeing all of the fairly horizontal layers that are making up the Grand Canyon, and how the types of rocks here, such as this sandstone and this limestone, are the cause of why the cliffs are where they are, and the areas where the shales are, here and here, they're more runs of slopes, and they're not really the cliff formers in this case. So we're able to relate what's underneath the ground to how the surface of the land looks. And we can do this in GIS as well. This is showing the evolution of a stream. The stream was first flowing across this area here. The river was flowing across the area. And it formed this pattern here as it moved back and forth and removed all the sand from this area. This one layer that's shown in light yellow here. And then after that was removed, then the river started cutting down. And now the river is cut down into here. We just have this one layer left. But we're able to kind of reveal these three-dimensional patterns of what the layers of rocks look like by showing these sort of cutaway views of the terrain, with the terrain then sitting right on top of it in these block diagrams.